have a food. But for instance, the police is checking a lot. Like yesterday, we were coming back home, and police just stop you and they ask for the passport. So if you're Turkish and you're out after 9 and you don't have a permission or something, you have to pay a fine or like 300 euros. Yeah, but for tourists, it's all right.
Support. I was actually reading about that. I forget if it was Turkey or somewhere else. Maybe it was, I forget, but it was like the same thing. They want to support like the tourism industry.
Yeah.
It's like their main.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's super unfair to local people, because it's like, it must be so bad you cannot go outside in your own country and then you see people walking like who are tourists,
I mean, this whole time is crazy. Everything is a bit nonsensical, I think, but
yeah. I can still accept that this is the reality for now, and I don't even know when it's gonna finish or like even have the idea of that. So
Did you spend like all of coronavirus in Istanbul, or were you somewhere else?
No, I arrived here like 2 months ago. Before that, for a year, I was working between LA and Mexico.
Oh, nice.
So I was there on that side of the world.
I love Mexico. I used to live there.
Really? Where, in Mexico City?
Mm-hmm. Condesa.
Too. Ah, super cool. I lived in Roma Norte.
Oh, I love Roma Norte.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mexico's like my home, I think. I feel like the most home there, honestly.
Nice. I mean, for me, Mexico was something so new and I loved it so much. It was big change for me. But then a lot of crazy things were going on. Like I got dropped with a gun, and all these things. I saw like a shooting in Tulum, and it was like a real life, like a bit.
Tense there. You saw a shooting in Tulum.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it was like 5 months ago, I think. I guess it's
reading about it in the news.
Yeah. It was some mafia, like, kind of arguments. So
it's all through there, and it's hard to tell because like the cartel just moves, and then you have to like. My friends would be like, okay, like you can go to Acapulco this month, but not this month because they're there now.
Yeah,
won't be there the next month.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, good to know. But it was a great experience, to also.
Did you go to, what's my favorite place? I love to going to Ojo de Agua.
Yes, I used to eat that acai bowl there all the time.
Ojo de Agua is like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's healthy, but I think it's ice cream. I don't think it's healthy.
I'm not a big fan of ice cream actually, but acai bowl, yes, I love it.
So when did you start modeling? When did you leave to start?
I started like 6 years ago. I'm 20 now, and I started when I was 14. I had my first trip to Bangkok, to Thailand. I didn't have any expectations, because I didn't know how this business works or whatever. I just went there to explore, and it was my opportunity to miss the school and just go somewhere like on another side of the planet. So I was super excited. My mom came there with me just to make sure everything is all right. Yeah, so she was very supportive. In general, my family was always supportive about what I'm doing. They never were limiting me. And since then, I just started to travel nonstop. Basically, after being in Bangkok for 2 months, I went straight to Tokyo. And after I went to China, and then after like Europe and everything.
And what are some of like the other things that you do besides modeling that you're
I
passionate
was doing,
about, interests?
yeah, since I was a kid, I barely had free time. So I would always like, I was dancing for 8 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was doing the acrobatics and like that kind of dancing. We're traveling around as well for the competitions and everything. So it was kind of serious, you know. When I was around 8 years old, I thought that I'm going to be a dancer in the future. Um, yeah. Besides that, I was playing for the piano. Um, Also, after when I stopped dancing because I had to travel, I was doing tennis. I was playing tennis. After I just started to do boxing for 2 years, and I was always like into sports and this kind of things. But right now, for instance, besides modeling, I like to do some collages. I like to take pictures as well. Sometimes I do the clothing. So I just would go and like buy some materials and do something simple. I don't even have the sewing machine, but just like I'm doing with the hands.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
No, it sounds
yeah,
fantastic. And like a good thing to do. I feel like everyone's been sort of experimenting during this time off.
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it was a really good time also just to start paying attention to maybe other things that you didn't have time to try, or you would like postpone it for later. So I think this quarantine made me really like do them.
No, that's so good. Yeah, I can relate to that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big pause in everything, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to dance too. I love it. I miss it. That's actually the saddest part because all of the studios are closed here. I'm super sad about it, but I think they're just opening. So.
Okay.
Hmm. Um, what's like the favorite place you've ever been, either for a shoot or for vacation? And how did it make you feel?
For vacation.
Mhm.
It's for me so complicated always to answer about the favorite thing question, because I don't know, it's like in every place I went, there was its own like special charm.
Mhm.
Um, I would highlight Barcelona for working because it also felt like kind of a vacation. It's a very touristic city and I really enjoyed it. The work there was really well, and there's a lot of cool people from fashion industry.
Yeah.
But about the vacation, I think it's Mexico, because there's literally no other place to compare with that, for having like rest, swimming in the wildness and like in the ocean. And yeah, I've never experienced something like this before, so I think this is my best memory about the vacation.
I think my favorite part of Mexico is you can have anything you want there. You travel 2 hours and there's desert. You travel another
Yeah,
2 hours, you're in the mountains, and then you travel another 2 hours and you're in beautiful ocean and you're surfing.
exactly. Yeah, and the places are incredible. Everywhere I went, I was just really amazed by that, by the nature and by how real it is, because for instance, even here in Turkey, they like structure the whole touristic business, but there is just like coming naturally,
Yeah,
like I don't know,
wild.
it's just, it's amazing.
No, that's um uh David asked me to ask, what makes you feel magnifique? If you could
Hmm.
interpret the word magnifique.
Like, yeah, this magazine is so French now. um, what makes me feel magnifique, I think, is I don't know. giving other people a feeling of freedom, as I already said in my biography that I was writing for the magazine. What I appreciate the most in my life and what makes me to be me is the freedom that I have in everything, and I love to share that feeling with other people.
Yeah.
So the same as, for instance, I meet someone who will embrace this freedom in me and share with me the feeling that I can be whoever I want and that I can be pure me. I think is magnificent. I think this is what people actually really need. This is something that makes you grow and, I don't know, grow in all your beauty and show the best of you. So I think that's it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I know what you mean. There's like something intangible about freedom, and when you dare to experience it yourself, you show other people that they can too. And this is something we all have, but we forget.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so as well. I think that every person is, available to experience that, and actually they have all the right to do that, but I think the society and maybe the world sometimes make them think a certain way or do certain things, and sometimes I meet people who are really unsatisfied or unhappy because they don't do what they love, or they're not happy, they're not like they're sad and they're frustrated and depressed. But I feel like everyone can get to that level of being themselves, and even while feeling sad or depressed, they should also like understand that this is their choice and they're free to do this, and that they have freedom in expressing their feelings and emotions, and this is okay, this is all right.
Exactly. Yeah, and in being free in that, there's I always thought like the happiness is not the goal, happiness is temporary, like and good art, great art, I think, comes out of those places when you feel the freedom to express the emotion of like down here or up there.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
It's very Buddhist, actually. Have you ever read this book called Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse? It's really good.
No, never.
I think you would like it. It's
Siddhartha.
about like young Buddha and how he became enlightened, and the process. It's kind of an allegory, and he's trying to turn into a bird, like the monks who meditate, and he can't turn into the bird. And he's frustrated, and he sits and he meditates for hours trying to turn into this bird. And finally, he realizes that he has to go live this human experience. So he goes into the city, he gets like addicted to alcohol and gambling, and he falls in love with a prostitute. Comme ci, comme ça. Anyway, he had to do all of this to reach enlightenment. And only after all of this, he went through this process, he could go and reach the transcendental state of the monks by the river. I feel like this is like the human experience, we have to like dive into everything. We're not here to be saints.
For sure. For sure. I think we're here to experience all of it, to experience all of the beauty and, I don't know, the saints and the sins of this world as well. And actually everything plays a huge role in who you are, who you become after. Yeah, I actually really like the idea of Buddhism. I'm not following like any religion that I could tell you about. Like maybe I believe in someone, above us all there. But I like to read about other religions just to, in some points of view I agree, and some I don't. Right now I'm reading the book by Mark Epstein. It calls Going into Pieces Without Falling Apart. I don't know if you heard about that one.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's also about the Buddhism and, being in the present moment and not giving yourself a harsh time, not overthink too much. It's about the meditation and all that kind of stuff. I really like that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna check it out. I like that. Okay, I'm asking everyone, if you were a perfume what,
Okay.
what would be the ingredients in your perfume?
Huh.
So,
That's a good question.
what notes? You have like.
That's a good question. I think it would be, first of all, some flowers. There would definitely be a rose. Um, Besides that, a little bit of tobacco smell. um, and I think something sweet in the end. I don't know what they do the sweet perfumes from though.
Yeah, like yeah, they're sweet. They're sweet frames for sure. Okay, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, it's mostly sweet, but with a note of something like tobacco,
Little
and
kick,
flour.
little kick.
Hmm.
Um, and what's your plan for next? Where you're gonna go next after Istanbul?
After Istanbul. So I've been always, dreaming to live in Paris, of course, and I think that this is the capital of fashion industry since a long, long time ago. So while I was in Mexico, I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people who live in France or they're French. So it just pushed me to actually go there. And this is exactly what I'm working on right now. I'm going to have like meetings with couple agencies next week, by Skype, by video chat as well. And this is my plan. I want to go to Paris to see how it is. I'm also not giving myself a lot of expectations just because I don't like to be disappointed. But I think it would be a great opportunity just to discover the city and actually to meet people who I could learn something from or who could lead me the way a little bit.
Yeah, I think you'll love Paris. I was just living there, and
Nice.
there's a magic, and I think like
Uh-huh.
there's a way of appreciating the moment that sometimes is lost in America a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you speak French?
No, I understand French, but I don't speak.
Uh-huh.
You?
Okay. No, I don't. I'm just learning. Like I was in Mexico, I just learned Spanish. But on the beginner level, I was like, I'm just going to go to each country and learn their languages.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't do it in Turkey because Turkish is very different. It's really hard to understand, but some words, yeah, I know. But anyway, so yeah, before going there, I think I have
Yeah.
to learn my French a little bit.
Yeah, French is like, I mean, depends. It's good because you'll have friends there, so it's always easier.
Yes, yes.
Yes, of course. That's exciting. No, you'll do so good. You'll do so well.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm also just like a week ago, I went to Lebanon, to Beirut, for the direct job for the haute couture dresses the designer called George Habeika. And it was a very interesting job just because we had a shooting for a week and I actually had to act, not like to be a model, but more acting, and this is what I wanted to try for such a long time. I never had the opportunity. When I was 12, I was going to the theater school for like a couple years, but I really didn't enjoy that. In theater, the teachers are usually very strict and it gave me a lot of pressure. But here I actually experienced that it's so much fun to do the acting, to actually be able to express who you are, and to show these emotions. Like, it's so much more fun. So that's another thing that I want to do in Paris as well, just to to try that.
That's amazing. Yeah, you should. I mean, I think also, I'm sure, modeling is sort of acting as well, just in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
I'm
for
sure
sure.
that to life with video should be easy for you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. Um, okay, one more question. If you were an animal, what would you be?
Hmm. Um, let's say like that. I would be a cat, even though I really don't. I would say I'm a dog person. I love all the animals, but when you choose, I never like had cats in my life or something. I have 3 dogs. But lately I started, especially here in Istanbul, there's a lot of cats. It's kind of like a sacred animal here. So they have shelters for them on the streets, and I had the opportunity to observe them. And I find some things in common, maybe.
No, I get
Like in the way of moving, and like, I don't know, it's just I like to watch them, so maybe I just would like to be them in my next life or something.
cats are very free as well.
Hmm?
Cats are very free as well.
Yeah, they are. They're very independent, no?
It could be fun. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Katya.
Thank you, Eva.
It's so fun.
Glad we made it. Thank you so much for being patient with me also.
Sorry for putting it with me when I just woke up in the morning, but
Of course, no worries.
I had a little for Friday night.
What you gonna do today?
Today I'm going to my friend's art gallery show. She has an opening, so I'm excited. It's like
That's cool.
the first time, so
That's amazing.
what about you?
Nice. It's already like evening here. I think I might go see my friends tonight. My little party fiesta, and voila. Yeah.
I hope I see you in Paris soon. When I
Yes, me too.
have to get together with David and you, it'll be fun.
Yes, of course. It will be a pleasure to meet you in person.
And thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And
Thank you too. Thank you. Have a wonderful time there, and I hope to see you soon.
me too. Take care, darling.
Thank you. Bye. You too. Bye.